Well, hello YouTube, this is the Badass Mojo, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build Mesa. And this is the Don't Mesa with Mesa build. I don't know, I just find it funny, so I wanted to say it. So, I'm going to be using a Lex Prime because her abilities do scale off of, not all of her abilities, but the one that people use the most, scales off of your secondary mods. So the reason why I'm using a Lex Prime is because I have a lot of form on this, or the good build that I usually have on Mesa is on the Lex Prime, and I'll show you why, because it works out very well. So I will show you guys what Mesa can do. So if you look at her first abilities, Mesa, whenever you shoot people with their like guns and stuff, she stores some of the amount of damage, and then you have to like release it, and the next shot you do would do like a amount of damage on top of your like base damage. So it's not like the best ability everybody ever uses. I mean, it doesn't scale off very well on like high level enemies, but you can do like a pretty good-ish amount of damage. I would say decent amount of damage. The second ability, however, is what people usually build for, and the fourth ability. Also the third ability. So like the third three abilities, like just pretend like the first ability doesn't exist because it needs to be changed. I don't think it's not the best ability in the game. I would never build for that. So we're only gonna worry about shooting gallery, shattering shield, and Peacemaker, which is like the ability everybody ever like uses whenever they use Mesa. So for shooting gallery, if you see, I have a lot of duration. It lasts 49.8 seconds, almost 50 seconds. And there's a reason, because it gives me a huge buff on all types of damage. Like, it gives me a buff of 50% on my, like, anything. It's crazy good. Well, I think it doesn't give a buff on melee weapons, because Mesa is all gunslinger. So, yeah, second ability, if you look at my damage reduction, it's maxed, and you can only get up to 95%. And it lasts 41 seconds, so like you can literally be invincible for like the whole like 41 seconds, obviously, but like a huge amount of time, because by the time you come out of your invincibility, everybody would be dead, because you're going to be using a Peacemaker, which has a 3.03% multiplier on top of like the multiplier that my guns are going to give it to. Plus, it only takes 4 energy per second, which seems like a lot, but if I were to take this, like the mods off, it goes up to 15 energy per second, which is stupid. Like, you could never last. Even with Zeneric, I have a maxed out Zeneric, and I don't have a chance of having 15% energy reduction, because when you activate this ability, Zeneric doesn't kick in, Energy Siphon doesn't kick in. Only things that you can get off of is, I think, Energy Vampire from Trinity, and you can get some off of like the orbs that you pick up, but you're not going to be able to move while you're doing this. You were able to move, but I think they made it so you're not able to move anymore, because I haven't been able to move in a long time, or maybe I'm missing out something. Maybe I'm missing a button or something. So for this build, I will show you guys the build itself. I'm using a 200% power strength build. It's a lot of power strength, so yeah, I'm not going to be using a lot of range, because Mesa's abilities don't need a lot of range. Only her last ability, which sort of needs range, but not at the same time, because if you aim right, you don't even want to, like, you don't need any range at all. Or you can just recast it and have all that giant circle, because when you do shoot with the Peacemaker, the bubble, I mean the aim thingy just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and if you don't have a lot of range, it just shrinks to like a tiny amount, and you're barely able to kill anybody. So I'm gonna be using a lot of power duration build. I think Mesa comes with 2 dash polarities, so these 2 dashes were already here, and I'm using a pistol amp for 27% more damage to my last ability, because last ability does affect, it is affected by auras. So it also helps out my teammates when they're using something with a pistol. So I'm using a pistol amp aura because it fits the polarity, and that's like the only good mod that you would want to have, other than obviously steel charge, because it gives you a lot of points. But you don't need steel charge on Mesa. You're not going to be using any melee, because you're just going to like murder everybody from like far away with your fourth ability. So I'm using pistol amp. You can get this from the earth if you play the apothec missions, or you could buy it for like 10 platinum. I'm using prime flow. You might not be able to get this or continuity. You gotta wait for Barracuteer to come in, and he would probably have them. I have a lot of them. I had a lot of them. I had 5 of these and 6 of these, but I sold each for 250, and I think I still have a couple of prime continuities if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna sell them in Plains of Eidolon because when people need them, I still have 3. I'm gonna level them up and I'm gonna sell them. That's how I usually earn my platinum. Watch my other video if you want to know how to earn platinum. So yeah, prime flow and prime continuity for more energy, because you're gonna need a lot of energy, and continuity for a lot of duration on your 4th ability. No, your 3rd ability, your 2nd ability, and your 4th ability doesn't get affected by your duration, because the amount of energy it takes is affected by duration, because it's a continuous type of like energy consumption, so it is affected by duration. So have a lot of duration. Blind rage for a lot of damage. I need a lot of damage because this thing does murder everything. And never mind it for even more amount of like duration, because duration is like what you need. Duration is key because you want to be able to do as much damage and a lower amount of time, but have a lot of duration that if somebody really tough shows up, you'll never be able to like back down from a fight and just kill them first and then like run out of energy, or like I don't know. You're gonna be able to kill everybody basically. I'm using fleeting expertise for a lot of efficiency, because with the blind rage it takes away all the efficiency, and you need efficiency because again that 15 energy per second is not a good thing. You don't want to have a 15 energy per second thing going on. I'm using vitality for health. I could switch this out with a vigor. I think I'm about to get my prime vigor soon. So you can switch this out with vigor or like the shield mod, but you don't need it. You just need health a little bit. You wouldn't need this at all ish, because her 3rd ability, her 3rd ability makes it so you take 95% less damage. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, you can switch this out for that, but I wouldn't say, because I like health. I like seeing a huge amount of health numbers. I'm using Intensify for a lot of damage, and again Streamline for even more efficiency. And even with like fleeting expertise and Streamline, I still have only 50% energy efficiency, because blind rage is taking away 40, and it's just not working out very well for me. So yeah, again, this does take away some of your a lot of your duration, but narrow-minded and prime continuity does fix it. So yeah, it's really not that like worrying. Like, don't worry about it. If you have even about I don't know how much energy. Even if you have like a half of amount of duration, it still lasts a lot. Like, if you look at my abilities, they last up to like 50 seconds, 49 seconds, which is a lot of duration. Because, well, by the time again the enemies start like being effective, you just kill them so fast that you don't even need anything like health or anything. So yeah, again, I'm gonna be using a Lex Prime because I have a lot of form on this, and this is the build I'm gonna be using. Well, not this build, but I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna put some toxin damage mod. I was just testing out stuff, so I'm gonna put a toxin mod. This is my corrosive build, and I think I have 2 formas. It came out with 1. Lex Prime came with 1 Y polarity, and I think I added 2 more, because I'm gonna have barrel diffusion and lethal turn for more multi-shot, and multi-shot does affect your Peacemaker, because it gives you multi-shot and status chance, which is really, really good, because I think it has a 20% status chance and a 25% crit chance. So I'm going to be building for a lot of crit and status-ish while having a lot of damage going on too with the crit damage, because that thing, if you look at my 4th ability and the amount of damage it multiplies on top of that, it gives me a 0.03 times multiplier on top of that. Plus I can add that 50% damage from my like shooting gallery, which is really, really good. So I'm going to be having a Hornet Strike for damage, barrel diffusion, and lethal turn for a lot of multi-shot and like fire rate, and also status chance. I'm going to be using Jolt, which is a rare mod. Most people don't have it. Pestilence for a status build at the same time as having these 3 crit mods because they just fit in really perfectly. I'm going to be using Hollow Point, Target Cracker for more critical damage, and Pistol Gambit for a lot of crit chance. These just fit in perfectly. Like, I only used like 2 formas, Y polarities, and if you look at it, I have 0 points left, and everything just seems to fit in. Like, it's just crazy. Also, if you look at the amount of damage on top of that, like if you look at the numbers that I have going on over there, those numbers are green because I have the pistol amp mod on top of my warframe. It gives me a little buff more, like it gives you more damage, so it gives me that amount of damage. But my base damage of the weapon is like 150 slash, 1200 and 5 like puncture and such and such. 1800 corrosive. That's my base damage. But with the pistol amp, I'm getting 1945 corrosive damage. So yeah, that does add on top of your like your damage. That pistol amp mod really works. Also, it helps out everybody in your team. Also, if they have multiple ones, I think you get more damage because they do stack. For example, I think corrosive projection does stack, but there's a limit. I think you can only have 60% more armor reduction. Yeah, but they do stack. So have somebody play another Mesa with a pistol amp. That would work out very well. But and you don't even need them because you'll be able to kill everybody. So again, a lot of crit chance, crit damage, and a build for dual stats. You can switch this out if you don't have Jolt, which I think you might not if you're new. So you can switch out for anything like Scorch or any other mods to get another like a combo going on for stats. So I'm just gonna type in stats and have all these dual stat mods. You can put Frostbite for that viral damage. Viral damage is really good because when you get a viral proc, they instantly lose 50% of their like health for about like I think 9 seconds ish. But by the time they regain all that damage, all that health back, they're dead. Also, when you proc another viral proc, it resets the time. So you're going to be procking more virals over and over, and by the time they will never be able to like come back from that viral proc because you're just going to murder them instantly. So I'm going to try a corrosive build, and then I'm going to try a viral build and all that good stuff. So yeah, you can switch any of these mods in any order that you like. And yeah, the reason why I'm not using any of those buff mods, for example, like the mods that give you like crit damage or stuff like this, because it doesn't trigger with the abilities for some reason. That's why I'm not using any of that, which is like the only reason. Also, I think I'm not using this mod because it doesn't give you that headshot bonus on the crits, so it doesn't work out very well. I don't know if they might change it, or they haven't changed it, but I don't know about it. I've been playing Mesa for a very long time, and she doesn't seem to like do anything with those mods. So I'm gonna spawn in 5 of these. I think I had one equipped for a little testing. So I'm gonna spawn in 5 level 100 gunners, heavy gunners, corrupted, and I'm just gonna show you guys how it works. So what you want to do is use your, they're paused. In regular game, you would want to use your third ability, which makes it so you take 95% less damage with this build, obviously. And you're going to have to use your second ability because it gives you a 50% more damage buff on top of your 27% on the aura mod. And then you just start using your Peacemaker, and then you just start murdering people. And your Peacemaker reticle or your aim goes really low, but that's because I have a lower amount of duration. Other than that, you can still aim with this thing. Have a really good color, like a good color that you like, because some colors seem to make it so you're not able to aim. I don't like some colors, and they make it hard for me to aim. So have your favorite color that you think would be like a good color choice for your Peacemaker, because if you see, I have like a white color, like a giant aim sign thing. I don't know what's it called, but yeah, that shrinks whenever you shoot people, and I think with 40 hits, it goes to like its minimum, like the lowest it can get with 40 hits that you get on top of the enemies. So I'm gonna just, oh yeah, I was supposed to test out the other stuff. I'm going to switch this out with a viral, so I'm going to add frostbite. Another dual stat mod that you might be able to get. You can get it from spies and stuff really easy, or you could get it for 10 platinum. Jolt is, however, really rare. Not really rare, but you would not be able to, because you can get it from Barracuteer, and when people get it and it's been a while that they haven't got it, it just goes high on prices. That's why I get a lot of prime mods and sell them for a high amount of price later on. So I'm going to be casting my second ability as usual, because it gives me a 50% buff for 49.8 seconds. Also jams all the enemies that they're nearby. These guys are never going to be able to attack me in a regular game because it just like jams their guns over and over and over. And I'm going to be using a third ability for no reason, because I can. But in a regular game, they would start attacking you and you'll take 95% less damage. And you'll use your final ability to just murder everything. If you see, viral damage doesn't do a lot. I mean, even though it procs and it takes away half of their health and stuff. You see that little tiny, like, 2 capsule signs? That's viral proc. But these guys are really vulnerable to corrosive damage, I think. And these guys don't take off a lot of damage off of the viral procs. I mean, even though it does take away a lot of damage, it doesn't do enough damage to, like, take away the rest of the half of the damage that they have left, or rest of the half of the health they have. I think one of her passives is that if you're not carrying your your melee weapon, you get a 50 like health on top of your like regular health. So yeah, if you don't have a melee weapon, I don't usually use a melee weapon, but when I do use it, I use it with a shattering shield, because I never die. Because, well, 95% less damage is really, really good. It's like similar to Wukong, but you do take damage, but when you do like go down to 0, you would die. Some enemies just do millions amount of damage to you. They can one-shot you. For example, like some of the bombars, like level 100 bombars, if they were to shoot at me, I would still die. But I can use my second ability to like make them freeze their guns, and by the time they're unfrozen, I would just be able to kill them. So I'm going to spawn in 5 level 100 bombars, and I'm going to change my damage type to, again, corrosive, because I like corrosive more than anything else in the game, because corrosive is the best. So I'm going to put Jolt up in there and get that corrosive thing going on. This primary, the Peacemaker has primary damage as impact, but I would never build for impact, because impact is not the best type of damage in the whole game. So build for status and just crit and stuff like that. So that will. Oh, I was supposed to spawn in level 100 bombard. Sorry, I didn't. I was talking and I just forgot. So I'm gonna spawn in these guys. These guys are tough. Oh, I spawned them on top of those. God damn it. I'm gonna have to kill everybody now. And now respawn them again. It only spawned 3. Or maybe I think I had selected 3. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So okay, I'm just gonna cast my second ability for that buff, and also he gets jammed. And if he was in the real game, he would be jammed. Anybody near him would be jammed. It would just be nuts. Also, second ability if he were to shoot me. Third ability if he were to shoot me, and just Peacemaker to just murder his ass. Oh, well, I think they spawned all the way over there. See how they're like losing health, like chunks of health, really, really fast? That's what Peacemaker can do. It's really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. I'll show you guys on one single enemy if it doesn't. Damn, he got a stagger on him and he just fell off. See, your aim shrinks and shrinks. That depends on your range, but you don't want to have a lot of range, because range doesn't affect anything except your second ability, and it does like freeze people's guns a lot further than like just one person. But you don't need them to have a frozen gun. You just kill them by the time they're just even able to shoot at you. So yeah, that's the Peacemaker. It's really, really powerful. Have a lot of damage, a lot of multi-shot, and a lot of crit chance on your weapons, because it does scale off of crit chance. I think it has a 25% crit chance and a 20% status chance, which is really, really good for a weapon that does so much damage. So that was the build, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween, I guess. I had the sigil from like a previous Halloween, and I'm pretty sure people are going to be able to get this sigil very soon. So yeah, I'll probably see a lot of people walking around with this sigil. It's really cool. I think I might make a video on how to get this, or how cool it is. It's like my favorite sigil on Mesa, and some Atlas fits really perfectly. Mesa fits really perfectly because that little thing on their back, little cape thingy hanging out, that thing it fits perfect. I don't know why the hell is it glitched under there, but you know, it looks pretty cool on me. I have a Sindana which blocks the view, but it still looks pretty amazing when it glows. I don't know why the hell am I talking about my sigils. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and justice and all that good stuff. Bye.